Welcome to Back Porch Pilgrimage, Episode 6. Thank you for joining me on the journey. The work of the Camino is to walk, and then allow the walk to do its work. While the Camino is a shared experience, as pilgrims meet and make friends with people from around the world while they walk a common path, each person is simultaneously on their own journey of discernment and discovery. Along the way, I met people who were walking out troubles or walking towards opportunities. Some were walking for serenity. Others were walking for excitement. Some were walking to forget things. Others were walking to remember things. Some were hoping to reconnect with God. Others were trying to reconnect with themselves. The work of the Camino is to walk, and then allow the walk to do its work. Many of us were at some sort of life transition. For me, I was very aware that although I had no intention of changing jobs, my work would likely look different when I returned from sabbatical and entered what I planned would be the next and final chapter of active parish ministry before retirement. I had recently turned 60, and the awareness I had fewer days ahead of me than behind me factored greatly in my decision to walk the Camino in 2019. Over the course of 33 days, I did the walk, and the walk did its work. I felt more at home in my own skin than I could remember ever feeling in my entire life. I felt settled in my soul. The perpetual restlessness was, at least for a while, put to rest. Of course, sabbaticals come to an end. Camino pilgrims eventually go back home. Eventually, mountaintop experiences fade as we get back to the business of living the lives we had before we set out on the way. Before I knew it, I was back in the swing of things. And before long, the chronic restlessness, along with the gnawing, anxious feeling that in every day, in every way, and ways I can't even imagine, I'm continually disappointing people, was back with it. Fortunately, the Camino had given me a tool to keep my neurotic inner life somewhat manageable. Take a walk and allow the walk to do its work. Over the last 12 months, I've taken lots of walks. And often, when I'm most spun up about this or that, I find myself contemplating a couple of quotes that give me a sense of perspective. These words of wisdom help ground me in the press of unfinished tasks and unmet deadlines. They help remind me of the great gift this life is. The first quote is from Psalm 90:12. Teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts to wisdom. Okay, you'd have expected a priest to be quoting scripture, I suppose. And the second comes from the novel Fight Club. This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time. Now, lest you think I'm morbidly preoccupied with death, let me state emphatically, I'm in absolutely no hurry to leave this amazing, beautiful, heart-opening, heart-breaking, and heart-filling world. I've got plenty of things I still hope and desire to do. With God's help, I have plans and dreams I still intend to see come to pass. At the same time, I am aware none of this life is guaranteed. everything can change in a half a heartbeat. We can't take this moment as a given, let alone assume tomorrow is a certainty. Not only do these two quotes ground me, they also challenge me to not get so spun up in my own drama I become unaware of the ways fellow pilgrims in this life are struggling. Late yesterday evening, I received word that a friend and clergy colleague had died unexpectedly. We had planned to have coffee before all things COVID-19 overtook our days. I last spoke with him on March 12. We were both trying to figure out what we would be doing relative to church services and pastoral care. As we were closing our chat, he said, "I guess that coffee will have to wait until after all of this is over. I'll see you on the other side." I doubt either of us at the time thought the other side was a euphemism for eternity. Today I'm mourning Tim's death, and I'm giving thanks for his life, his ministry, and that I got to call him my friend. In a little while, in honor of Tim, I'll do what I learned to do on the Camino. I'll take a walk and let the walk do its work. Today, in memory of Tim, I want to leave you with a few words from the poet Henri Frédéric Amiel. Life is short, and we have too little time to gladden the hearts of those who travel the way with us. So be swift to love and make haste to be kind. Keep walking, friends, and let the walk do its work.